What's going on, everybody? It's Big T with GreenWallSt.com. I run a trading community designed to help you become part of the 5% of traders who actually make money in the markets. And today we're going to take another look at how we do that with a live trading video, this time on Gamestop. Been a while, actually, since I traded Gamestop. The hype has really died down over the last year or so, and things are kind of coming back to reality. What do y'all think about GameStop? Is there a chance that GameStop comes back to all-time highs? I'm not counting on it, but when I see some trade opportunities, I will definitely take them. And last week, one of those opportunities presented themselves. So both AMC and GameStop kind of move together, and one of them takes off, the other one follows with it, along with stocks like BlackBerry, for whatever reason, Bed Bath & Beyond, KOSS, they all kind of move together. But decided to focus on GME this particular day because it seemed like it was following AMC, and this is how I traded it. So it really wasn't even on my radar until it started going kind of crazy. You can see that it's up 15% on the day. So, you know, when it was up 5%, 10%, that's not super interesting to me. But when it really starts to overextend and go parabolic, and it really starts to be more of an outlier move, and everybody's, you know, getting hyped about it, and there's a lot of volume, that's when I take an interest, and that's where I like to trade. So this was one of those days. Stock was going straight up. Simply waited for the trend to kind of turn around and start downtrending. And then my idea was to short the bounces back into resistance. So again, like, not trying to trade on the front side of the move, not trying to short while it's going up, simply waiting for everybody to find the top, find the top, find the top. And once the top is put in, or at least a potential top somewhere where I can risk off of and, place a smart stop loss, that's when I started trading it. So went to 119, pulled back to 113. So as it bounces back to, this 115, 116 area, that is when I start putting it on. And I don't trade it perfect. Honestly, for like the last month, there hasn't been a ton of trading opportunities. I've probably gotten like one trade a day on average. So I'm a little rusty. And it's just, when there's not a lot of trade opportunities, you don't have a lot of opportunities to make back mistakes. So, if you're only getting one trade a day, you only get that one trade. And if you fuck it up, then, you got to wait until the next day, or wait until the next opportunity. It might not come for 2 or 3 days. So it kind of makes you second guess things in the moment, or not really second guess, but just play more defensively than I normally would. But I go ahead and put on a position here at 115, and I think I just went ahead and went full size. Because it was a great spot. I loved the spot. The risk to me was clear. If we retook, 118, 119, I was going to stop out and then try again later. But I believe this is where it just kind of started to roll over. So at this point, I'm waiting to see what happens here. I'm zooming out to like different time frames and trying to keep the bigger picture idea in mind. Normally I'll use the 1 minute chart to put an entry in, but when I'm thinking about where I want to cover and what the actual idea of the trade is, I'll many times zoom it out to a higher time frame. And here I think I cover like a fifth of the position, just to lock in some gains and start to build up the realized P&L a little bit. That way, if the stock gets annoying and like it bounces higher than I think it's going to, or it starts to roll over and then it comes back, that kind of thing happens a lot. So, when I see some profit taking opportunities, I'm typically going to take them, but I'm still holding most of my position. And there, once I see that, it's trying to roll over, but it can't, I'm booking it all, right? And I'm going to try to get a better average, which, is probably not the smartest thing to do. But here you can see this looks scary, right? Because everybody that's short this, now they're all panic covering. So you can see the volume down here, like 50,000 shares. That's actually not super high volume, but this was like the signal that, to me, quote unquote, confirmed that we had put in a top, because I go ahead and cover the position there when it can't break down under 113, because if it's going to be easy, it's just, it's going to go down. But as I saw it start to hold that, I cover it, and now I really want to see what happens here after that trap. And when I see that, you know, this candle gets rejected, I mean, it just shows me that, you know, there's sellers in the name now. Anytime the stock is popping, they are selling. So re-enter the position, this time with more shares. This time I have double the amount of shares. So I was a little bit more convinced, I guess, at this point. And at the moment, it's really like, in terms of how many shares you use and what size you're trading, it just depends on how you feel in the moment. Like, how convinced are you? And after I saw that big trap and then reject, I just felt more confident than I did on that very first entry. And because of that, I put on more size. And this is actually a pretty big trade. I mean, for what I normally trade, I've got 400 shares, so I'm risking, you know, 1,500, $2,000 on this trade for a $1,500 to $2,000 win. So I end up covering, did I cover half of it there? Yeah, so that's where I kind of fudged this up. Had a win on, but because, like I said, it's a bigger trade for me personally. When it didn't just tank right away, I went back to the size I originally had on it, which was 200 shares. So, and then the stock tanks. Luckily, I kept some on, so I kept 200 on. And as we start to roll over and lose support, I slowly cover the rest. That was the end of the trade. I mean, really same idea as the rest of the live trade videos, waiting for a stock to go parabolic, waiting for it to sell off. And as it bounces back into resistance, I'm getting short and risking over the highs. So that's it. That was my GameStop trade. Not the cleanest execution. Like I said, I just not had a lot of practice over the last month or so. So a little bit rusty, a little bit gun shy when it comes to taking risk. And I'm just tighter on my risk because I know if I lose on a trade or I mess up a trade, I'm not going to have another opportunity to make that money back because markets are just a little bit slower. So traded it the best I could with the information I had in the moment. It's always easier in hindsight when you know what happened to go back and say, you know, I should have done this, I should have done that. But at the end of the day, I traded it the best that I could in the moment and still came out with a $750,000-ish win. So it was good. We'll take those. GreenWallSt.com. Link will be in the description below. We just hosted our January Beginners Bootcamp, which we're going to start doing every month. So our next one is scheduled for February 24th at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Member chart review events. We're launching all sorts of different things for beginner traders, intermediate traders alike. But it should be a pretty good year. So I will see y'all in there. And if you just want to watch the videos, that's fine as well. Thank you all for tuning in. I will catch you right back here next time. Peace out, everybody.